It's signed by Judith Hartman, who's the Deputy Registrar General. She's the one whose signature is on the statement of birth. And that's not a real name, and you'll notice it's not in all caps. This was from '06. Now we're on a journey and we have to find stuff out as we go. Now the critical thing, what's relevant here is, to be clear, the Office of the Registrar General, they're the ones who maintain these records, the Office of the Registrar General, right here. To be clear, the Office of the Registrar General registers information about events. The ORG does not register people. This is an event. We're not talking about living souls. We're talking about events. When you register a corporation, that's an event. When you're registering a birth, that's something we're not talking about people. They don't register people. And this is on their letterhead. In the very last paragraph, she says, I have reviewed your letters and wish to advise you that neither the Ministry nor the Office of the Registrar General is responsible for any debts incurred by yourself, and we regret that we can be of no further help to you. Now this is, we're on the journey. We knew that the bond, that the security of the person, the bond, had value if you knew what to do with it and how to use it. Clearly at this point in '06, that was not discovered yet. But we were on the right track, and these people are not our enemies. They have no conflict with us. We're just lost and we don't know what's going on. And when you ask them questions, they'll give you honest answers. There's no hostility here. They're just telling you, be aware that they're not responsible for any debts incurred by yourself. Later on, it was discovered how to use the security to discharge debts. I've discovered 3 ways to discharge debt. Now this is getting into the difference between the given name and the surname. The surname is pagan. All the surcharges are attached to that. When you use the surname, and it's revealed in scriptures here in Hebrews 7:21, the King James Version, by so much was Jesus made a surety of a better testament. Surety of a better testament, that's will. Jesus fulfilled the law or will of God. The Christian name, the given name, is the better name. Surety, the surname, the surtax, the pagan name, is the lesser estate. Now the Physician's Handbook is a really cool thing, and they're not that difficult to get. Out of the Physician's Handbook of Birth and Death Registrations, how to prepare certificates of birth and death, confidential nature of records. This is very important. The original certificate of birth and death on file in the State Department of Health, as a rule, are not open to public inspection. Access to them for any purpose, even for legitimate scientific research, must be authorized. The publication of vital statistics, reports, and tabulations does not divulge the identity of individuals. And be clear, there's a big difference between an individual and a person. Now, the short form, the wallet-sized birth certificate, that's the surety, the bond, it is counterfeit. The government warns people, do not use it for identification. When they give you your SIM card, when they give you your birth certificate, they say, don't use this for identification. The division registrar divided the death entity, the pagan corporation, from the innocent child protected by the statement of birth. by their one and only true name, the God-given Christian name, the first name. When they said to Christ, "Are you Jesus of Nazareth?" He said, "So say you." He did not say yes, he said, "So say you." Because the Nazareth was the surcharge, the attachment. The Romans first developed the surname for the purposes of identification for collection of taxes. Way back in Roman times, that's when they implemented this. And when they accused him, "Are you Jesus of Nazareth?" He's like, "So say you." I didn't say that. You said that, not me.
What were the 3 ways?
Oh, 3 ways to discharge debt? Well, you can use, I just discovered recently the 96. That's interesting. Just go to YouTube. I think Robert Menard's YouTube channel is Mr. Mighty. If you just search in the YouTube search criteria, 96 is the fix. He explains how the statements that you receive have a built-in remedy, the remittance voucher. In the bottom left-hand corner, there's a 96, and if you know how to, actually, I have an example of it here. Okay, now we understand there is no money. There's only debt. All money is loaned into existence. That means that right away off the hop, it's a debt. All credit is created by your signature. There is no money, and so therefore we can't pay debts. We can only discharge debts, because there's debts and credits and nothing else. Since the bankruptcy, that's how it's been. Now, we've been tricked into going out and giving our labor away in exchange for negotiable debt instruments that we call money, and then using that money, which represents our labor, to discharge debts. And what most people think of as money, as value, is it really doesn't have value. It represents debt. It doesn't represent wealth. And people are using debt to discharge other debts. How do you pay a debt with a debt? It's a negative and a negative. It doesn't